What's up, guys? Good morning, good day. It's 6:53 a.m. and it's currently Wednesday. I was banking on gold to tank. That's all I was looking for. And of course, gold had other plans. Gold has been showing signs of bullish pressure, and we may be reaching all-time highs. Tuesday's news was not really anything. FOMC didn't change anything. Nothing. But today we actually have, we have 8:15 news for the employment change. And usually Wednesday really does jerk price. It pretty much explodes price in the opposite direction. So if we were trending upward, it's either going to explode more to the upward and then it shoot back down and then trickle back up, or we're going to explode down, shoot up, and then trickle back to the upside, or trickle back up to the downside. It's anybody's game today. But I do want to talk about what I was looking for and some plays. Some great plays that there was. One great play that I caught last night, and I'm actually very, very proud of this. I was very afraid, but it worked out. And as y'all seen my other videos, most of my videos always talk about trust in your trading analysis. Trust in your trading analysis, and that's something that every time I get on the charts, I'm still having a hard time with, because I don't want to be out 10 pips. I don't want to be out 20 pips, but most of the time, my trading analysis is right if I just allowed myself to be in drawdown and have patience and have patience to hold. So let's get into gold right now. So this is what I was looking at, right? So this is gold. On the 4-hour, I went ahead, I cleared off all my charts. It was actually very, 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 very difficult for me to clear off my charts, but you got to stay organized, you know what I'm saying? New beginnings, new chart. When your charts are fresh, you feel fresh. So I could feel fresh-minded and not so cluttered. So basically, this is the resistance on the 4-hour, this brown line of price, and when you come here, you see that we are having resistance. Price tapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can even say 6, 7 times, right? So it tapped. We have fair value gaps below. Let me take my brush tool, and then we could have had a pretty demand play right here. Now this is not certain, this is just what I was looking at. So at the time when I saw price tanking, I was like, okay, we tapped 4 times, we're probably going to tap a 5th time, and then we'll fall. That's usually what price does. So I said there's no reason why we shouldn't fall, because also something I've realized is when price starts to consolidate like this, but is having a hard time breaking resistance, usually that means we're going to shoot up. And as you can see, we broke those all-time highs, and now we're trickling back down. And this shows itself. This type of price action shows itself multiple times. We had it here, we had it here, but there's also times where price kind of acts in the same way, but it's like flipped. So it's like this notebook, right? It just flipped. Alright, so Don't know if that's the best example, but as you can see, we had the same thing. We were having a hard time breaking support, and then we trickled to the downside. So basically, this is the pattern I've been following on every trading pair, on every time frame. Um, it's also really good when you have either a lot of wicks at the bottom or wicks at the top, because then you can really tell where price is going, right? Where price wants to go. You know, price is kind of like teasing you a little bit, flirting with you a little bit, like, oh yeah, you know, I want to be bullish, right? You know, I want to go up there with you, but you know, I just can't give it to you so quick, so fast, right? So, whoa, that's a lot for 7 a.m. in the morning, but y'all get what I mean. So basically, came here, saw we had resistance, and of course, price did come back up here in the resistance zone, confirmed that we were not going to the downside, and we have been going up ever since. So I said, listen, we had a liquidity sweep here, so I drew this 4-hour supply, and we had a mini I'm actually trying to figure out how I drew this. I'm not really sure how I drew this. Oh, right here. So at the time, we didn't have all this buying pressure. So we had this here. Liquidity sweep. And then we had the 4-hour demand here. So I was like, okay, hopefully price can go up, come down, and then I'll feel comfortable. I wanted a confirmation so then I could trade and feel confident in my trade. But that didn't happen. We just ended up shooting up because again, price already gave us that confirmation touch. So there is no need for price to come back down and say, hey, just to let you know we're going to the upside, don't miss the train, right? So all night price kept going up, going up, going up. And I zoomed in on the 15 minute because of course, even though I'm telling you guys all this, during it happening, I was still thinking we were going to be bearish at some point. Like, I am somebody who likes to catch sales. I'm not a buy type of person. So I just kept thinking, okay, well, a sale is going to show itself eventually. But you might want to feel sale, but you need to also, you might feel the sale, but you also need to read what someone's giving you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might say sale, but if people are buying, maybe you also should be buying. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you have to follow the crowd. Okay, so let's see. So then I came to the 15-minute chart, and I realized this was not a liquidity sweep, but again, 4-hour and 15-minute chart markups can be different. So we came back here. We did end up tapping the gap that I had, but then we end up falling more. Now, I was just watching. I didn't get in for anything, and then this kept shooting up. So then this red box here was my 15-minute demand because I wanted price to fall. But again, we didn't get that. It just kept going up. So then, boom, I said, let me just be a little conservative and let me trade on the 15-minute. So I marked it up. We had a break of structure. I put my demand box here. And then, as you can see, we tapped and then we ran up. Now, I got in for this move. I probably made like $10. I was confident in this trade because I wanted to hit the equilibrium of the 4-hour demand box. As you can see, that was a perfect trade. Now, my issue was that I'm trying to be better with having bigger stop losses, but it just still burns my heart a little bit when I see myself in drawdown and I don't see a sharp impulse move like this. So we got up here and I started seeing this fall and I said, oh my god, maybe we're getting ready to do our sale. So I got out and then I waited, and then I eventually just forgot about gold because I was like, gold is not going to fuck up my profits. Gold actually did mess up my profits a couple of days back, so I was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. So this was at 9:30 p.m. at night. Gold hit my TP at 11:15, but I ended up getting out 15 minutes later at 9:45 when the black candle formed. Now, overnight, I did see gold wanting to trickle more to the upside, and again, we got that confirmation touch from the equilibrium, and this is it still trickling up. Now, again, looking at this now, I can say that because I'm looking at it in like after everything was said and done, but after seeing it, but looking at it earlier, it still was looking very like not predictable for me. So, am I gonna get in this trade today? Maybe, maybe not. Now, let's move on to SPIX. SPIX was a great play for me. Now, granted, I was playing NAS 100 before I found any SPIX play. I rode SPIX up 1, 2 times, and then I ended up losing all my profit in this area right here, because again, this is another thing of trusting your profit. I kind of already knew SPIX was going to shoot up, and originally when I first got in this, when I first got in, my TP was up here. This is what I wanted originally, but I've been trying to take my time and do one-to-ones and leave it at that. But I really just don't like one-to-ones. I really like 1-2s and 1-3s. Like, I know where the market's going. I know how to read the market. I just can't stand one-to-ones. I'm sorry. Like, I want to learn how to hold my trade for 5, 6, 8 hours or even 8 days, maybe even 8 weeks. That's what I want to learn how to do. I want to learn how to have patience. I want to learn how to put my trade in and go on about my life, and when I come back, the price is doing what it needs to do. But I was fighting with myself. I was like, no, 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 no. I need to be conservative. So then I said, okay, let me just take this right here. Then it was a break-even trade. This one was a break-even trade. And I saw we were going back up, so I got in again in this second position. I knew we were going to come up here and we had to fill the gaps, but I said, let me just be conservative. I saw the rejection coming in, but I just kept getting in, getting out. I wasn't confident. I probably made like $100, and then I ended up losing like $130 because I was trying to make up for the little bit of profit, blah, 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 blah. So, after we had our little time in this area, which was, let's say, about 12 at night, I jumped over here to SPIX. SPIX was very, very, very readable. I could tell where SPIX wanted to go. I could tell SPIX was, was feeling me. I was feeling SPIX. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was dropping them signals and I was picking them right up. You know what I'm saying? So, I saw that we had rejection here. As of all the pairs had rejection. And, of course, when I came in here, I got into the market right here. And we had gaps to fill. There were gaps that needed to be filled, but this was usually something I like to watch out for, which is rejection. When price has all these wicks at the top, price is going to fake you out. Price is going to probably shoot down if the wicks are at the top. And then we'll be like, yeah, you thought, and then shoot up, right? Because right now, there's a lot of liquidity sitting here, and people want this, right? A lot of money sitting here, so we have to fill it. Not only that, another confluence is that we have a big fair value gap that hasn't gotten filled yet. So let's go down to the 15-minute time frame. So I said, you know what? I'm not too sure. I'm not really too confident in myself. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chance, right? And see what happens. So I went in, instead of putting a 0.20 lot and being like, oh, who cares? It's going to go up. Let's just see. I was very conservative. NAS gold was like, okay, fool me once, right? NAS, fool me twice. But third time, you're not gonna fool me again, right? Gold told me trust in my analysis. Gold told me your analysis is cool, okay? We see why you was, you know what I'm saying, you was trying to trust in yourself and be a little different, but you gotta go with the flow. And then Nas was like, yeah, trust in your analysis, like trust in yourself, like you was right twice. So then I was like, okay, third time is the charm. I'm gonna get it, right? So I went in, I put a 0.3 lot, I put like two 0.3 lots on Spix, and I said, you know, I'm just gonna hold it and see what happens, right? So so first we were here, right? So I did a small conservative play because I wasn't too sure. This was supposed to be a supply and demand, so we got in here. I can't tell you if this was the 15-minute, the 5-minute. It's just kind of just there. There's a box right here, and then there's a box here. Now, this little box here did hit, and then there was a bigger box that was supposed to go up and then come back down, but this little box just gave me all the confluences I need to get back in. So I wrote it up here, got in at 9:45 p.m. and then I ended up getting out. There's a thing here, so at 11:45. But then while I was doing that, I got in again I got in again a little later. I don't think this was at 9. This is like at 11, I think. 11:30, I got in for two 0.3 lots and rolled it up all night until today. And then I got out just recently, like just this morning at like 5:15. And I was shocked. I was really shocked that it worked out. And of course, the initial reaction was, oh, I should have put 0.10, 0.20. I would have made $400. I would have been done with the challenge by now. But I said, hold on. It's not about what you could have done. It's about how you did it. You know what I'm saying? You did it. 0.3 lot. You were able to sleep peacefully, soundly. Forget about the trade. Sleep real good. 10 out of 10 sleep. And then you woke up in profit, right? That's not often for me, right? So this was my first time going to sleep for London session and not worrying about a trade. I just plugged it in. I went to sleep, woke up, and of course, rare moments like this that don't happen often is being in profit. So this was something I was very proud of, and I was going to keep holding, but I was like, why should I keep holding? This was great. You know, I won this. We were bullish during London session. So, you know, I took my profit out. This is an easy 1 to 2. And this was just so great. And of course, I could have kept holding for the simple fact that we have this rejection. And price is going to fill it. We filled fair value gaps. There's so much liquidity sitting right here. The price has no choice to go up, right? Now, the only thing I am worried about is that we have new dollars. Ouch. Ouchie. Alright, I might have to just take out because like I said, like New York session is not my session at all. New York session is not my session at all. I have to come back after like 11, 12 in the afternoon to trade. I don't trade morning session at all. Alright, so as y'all saw, it broke my stop loss, so I'm gonna save my profit. I was like at 9.5 and now I'm at 9.12. So I'm just gonna take out right here. Alright, so this is what happened after 8:15. wasn't watching this at all, to be honest. Like, I already made the decision. I got out, so that was on me. Like I said, I was confident in this trade, but it was the news that kind of got to my emotional intelligence. As you can see, FOMC and unemployment changes didn't really do a lot, but my prediction again was right. So I would have made over $400 on this trade, and that, as you can see, is an easy 1 to 4 if I would have kept holding. Now, honestly, I would have passed my challenge today, this morning. I am looking to go this high, but anyway, it did what it did. I could still get in for this now, but now it would be a little bit more risky because I have no idea where price wants to go. Now, if we go on the 4-hour, hello. If we go on the 4-hour, I am looking to target right here. That's why I said I was gonna ride it up until this equilibrium. So either that would be TP2 and this would be TP1. I'm actually gonna get in now.
Child. Anyway, so